Welcome back to Switch Center, your center for all things Nintendo Switch. This week we're going to be talking about the new Pokemon Presents and all of the exciting things that has in the future.
And don't forget, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct that was extremely disappointing, along with everything else Metroid related that Ethan is able to weigh in on. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to get right into it, Quinn? Pokemon Presents.
Sure.
Did it let you down? Did it meet your expectations? What is the future of Pokemon for this year looking like?
For me, it perfectly just met expectations.
Wow.
And for some people, that's good.
Is that because 90% of it leaked beforehand?
Yes! Dude, I can't believe, the big surprise was a little music player shaped like a Game Boy with little cartridges that you plop in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of cool. It's fun. But that was genuinely the only... Okay, XD Gale of Darkness being a GameCube game. That was a surprise. No one saw that coming.
That releases...
Okay, there we go. There's the little Game Boy. We see this. I'm like, oh my gosh, are they going to remake the Game Boy console itself? And they're like, no, it's tiny and that's not a real screen. So it's fun, but it was a little bit of a fake out. It's $70, and the second that it went live, it sold out.
It plays music. It's a little jukebox.
Yep. The Gen 1 Pokemon songs.
What is the point?
Nostalgia.
Okay.
People bought it. It's gone. It's out of stock.
Fair enough.
So that's the only surprise. Gale of Darkness coming to the GameCube Online. That was a surprise. And capping it off with the new Gen 10 announcement is really funny that they were announcing the titles, and I was confident. I was like, okay, yeah, they've leaked that this is going to come out. They've been working on it. Makes sense. But it's not going to be called Wind and Waves. And I think that actually was the biggest surprise, that they didn't change the title. It's legitimately just Wind and Waves. And
the fact that they were just
funny.
like, you guys got us.
Yeah.
Like, it was leaked how far beforehand?
It feels like it's been months. They're just like, you guys built your own hype. Here you go. Here's your game. So that's crazy. That's my perspective. I, as a fan, I'm like, cool. And honestly, do we even need big surprises? Nothing's going to come close to Smash Bros. Announcements. This was the best that they could do. And, it's solid. It shows they're taking care of their games. They're making new stuff. It's better than the Nintendo Direct, but we can get into that later. Yeah, so I'm satisfied, but that's about it. Do you guys think we need new hype releases? I know, Ethan, with you, Metroid, I don't think anything can beat Prime 4 coming out. Even if Prime 5 came out, it's probably not the same thing, right?
No, I mean, I do feel like I was talking to one of my friends here the other day about this, where I feel like I was happy to buy the Switch 2 to play Metroid Prime 4, but I legitimately don't know what else to play on it, and I haven't seen any other games coming out within the next year that I feel like I'm going to get that's a Switch 2 exclusive. So I am sitting here kind of scratching my head I mean, as a Metroid fan, it was totally worth it, and obviously the console's lifespan is going to be several years out, and I'm sure there's going to be other games that I'll play. But as of right now, I do feel like there's just not that much going for it, and I feel like that sentiment has been echoed throughout the internet from what I've been seeing online and whatnot. So I don't know.
Well, this is hard because
you can't stop buying games.
No, okay. Hey, this guy is calling me out. That's true, but I was going to say, we were going to split this into two separate episodes, and so I was thinking we do the Pokemon one first, but this ties pretty perfectly into my topic.
Let's dig into it.
All right, where is the Nintendo Direct? That is the big question on everyone's minds, and they are drip feeding us, teasing us with all these tiny little Nintendo Directs. We are starving for a massive first-party Nintendo game, and the next Nintendo Direct to actually announce it, to make us feel, oh my gosh, this is the reason why I bought my Switch 2, just to justify our purchase a little bit more.
I mean, you look at the timeline, Bonanza and Mario Kart World, fun launches, but then they both got their own hate for their own reasons. People just weren't resonating with Bonanza. Mario Kart, people weren't resonating with that. And you talk about the more recent releases, sure, we've got the 1-2 punch of Pokopia and Tomodachi Life. But let's be honest, those are two games that are very much not for everyone. Like, they're going to have their niche audiences. That's not going to carry.
Tomodachi Life is also a Switch 1 game.
True.
That you can play on your Switch 2.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The winter, their big hitters for the winter that they were hoping would push the console was Pokemon ZA.
Oh, yeah. But that was also a Switch
and
1
Metroid
game.
Prime 4.
Also a Switch 1 game.
Yeah, you can just get those on your Switch 1. So what's the point of having this console? We're all waited with bated breath. They have Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem coming out, Fortune's Weave, which, I swear I'm not
I genuinely didn't even know that was coming out.
I'm not a huge anime fan just of that subgenre in general, but I do mess with some Fire Emblem. I don't know. I like
Ever since the 3DS?
Ever since 3DS, yeah.
Yeah.
I like chess with quirky chess pieces. I don't know, it's fun. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, but I understand it's not a system seller. They need one of their big hitters. And those big hitters...
What is that at this point?
Pokemon Winds and Waves. But that is delayed until 2027, which, thank God.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that later. But
Fair.
What are the other franchises that you guys would consider to be big hitters? What are system sellers to you guys?
The only one coming to mind, you tell me what you think, Ethan, but I think the only one is a new 3D Mario platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've got the movie coming out, they did re-release Galaxy 1 and 2, but it kind of seems like Donkey Kong Bonanza was supposed to take that place. And I'm like, we got our recent Zelda game, like we got our Metroid, we're getting our Pokemon.
What's the recent Zelda game?
Seriously, I feel like Tears of the Kingdom and the subsequent...
Tears of the Kingdom was 3 years ago.
Man.
I
They
know.
got upscaled on the Switch.
We are unks. Unk status
Oh,
achieved.
Ethan, is there anything we're missing?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think a new original 3D Mario game, it's got to be inevitable at this point. Like, just from the discourse online and everything too, everybody's expecting it to happen. So, I mean, it better for Nintendo's sake. But past that, I do feel like we're due for another big Zelda game, or at the very least, like an Ocarina remake.
Oh, yep.
I would love
Sorry,
that.
Is it cutting? Is my audio cutting out, or is it going through you?
No, we're agreeing with you. We're nodding in solidarity.
Okay, good. And then I was also going to say another one that's kind of been rumored that I think would do reasonably well is Luigi's Mansion 4.
No way.
Luigi's Mansion 3 did really good for the Switch.
It did
and
sell.
So people are thinking Luigi's Mansion 4 could be, another big first-party game that could be coming to Switch too soon. So
That's crazy that it could be a console seller.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 4. I never really thought of that as a system seller, but that could be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Luigi's Mansion 3 sold like really well, like
Really?
better than most people were thinking. I remember, let me.
Pull it up. I know now's a good time for statistics.
Over 14.5 million copies. That is
Wow. What?
That's pretty dang good. Like
That is
For-
crazy. How does that compare to other Mario games? How much did Princess Peach Showtime sell? I'm just thinking that's one that's like not as impressive of a game, but it still has that Mario IP. I'm just wondering if like all the Mario stuff sells well.
just over 1 million, like not even close.
Damn. Okay, so people love Luigi's Mansion. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Hey, at least one of the franchises that you love is thriving.
I mean, just for reference, Mario Odyssey sold 30 million. So Luigi's Mansion 3
Sold
which
half
you'd
of that.
What you think is a much smaller game, sold about half as many units, which is kind of crazy for a Luigi exclusive game.
True. Oh, there
Luigi
was a
exclusive.
chart. I'm pretty sure it was official by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Everyone choosing, who knows where the poll was done, but their favorite Nintendo character. Only 3 of the states chose Mario. A lot of the states chose Donkey Kong. One chose Bowser. Quite a few chose Daisy. A lot chose Wario, but the most overall was Luigi. People like the guy. He's a goofy guy.
He is a goofy guy. I'm surprised Donkey Kong was up there.
Yeah.
I like Donkey Kong. I also want to talk to your point of, I guess, bringing it back now that we've said what our system sellers would be. Because I agree with Ethan. The 3D Mario, 3D Zelda, and I guess Luigi's Mansion would be a good one.
I take it all back. If we just get a new Yoshi's Island, I think that's what's gonna revive the console. Because historically, no, seriously,
wait, no, it's not
wait,
Island.
You're right.
It's like the Lost Book or whatever. I guess that's the one we forgot about.
Look, I love Yoshi. They gotta give it a rest.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Big Yoshi. I love Luigi's. I almost said Luigi's Island.
Bro, new game. Luigi's Island and Yoshi's Mansion.
Comes right after Waluigi's Taco Stand. But I love Yoshi's Island. I just I don't know why they killed that franchise like that.
They shot it.
They do not put effort into those games.
And shot it.
So, to your point, the fact that a lot of the 3D Mario team was working on DK Bonanza does not necessarily mean they weren't working on a separate project. We've seen that before with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Wow, deep
yes. They were working on that game while they were also developing more 3D Mario games. And so, even if you look at the credits of DK Bonanza, the full 3D Mario team, that whole studio, it was only like half of the people were working on it. So they have to have something on the back burner. Because you hear a lot of opinions of people who enjoy the game. They say, why are you asking for a new 3D Mario? We got one. It was DK Bonanza.
That's what I've been hearing.
I enjoyed the game. I really did. I thought it was great. I had a fantastic time. I don't think it's a replacement for 3D Mario.
That seems to be the sentiment.
Because it was just as polished as a 3D Mario. It had great platforming. I just think there's a difference between the gameplay of Mario being this, fat Italian gymnast just flying around the screen. I don't know. It's just the way he controls is so different than Donkey Kong, where at times DK Bonanza, for me, would get a little overstimulating. And then Pauline saying, oh my god, a banana! Holy
and then the frame rates just plummet.
I never had that problem as much, but it's just like...
That was my experience. Playing the demo, I was like, I got a Switch 2, and I'm still getting frame drops. This is tough.
It was a very fun, very polished game that you can tell was made by the same studio. It just didn't satisfy that 3D Mario itch that I have, and it's been so long since Odyssey came out. So I think that announcement of a new 3D Mario, personally, I think that is what would push people to continue to buy Switch 2s, not feel dissatisfied with their purchase.
I mean, look, I don't know the timeline perfectly, but if you think about it, there hasn't been very many Mario 3D games. There was 64, the original.
Yeah.
There was Sunshine, which was kind of hated upon its release, but now it's kind of a cult classic.
Yeah.
Galaxy, which was amazing. Odyssey, which was amazing. But that's kind of like the core four. You could say 3D World, but I don't know. Bowser's Fury.
I love 3D World.
It's a great game.
That's probably mostly nostalgic.
It is a good game, though.
I remember me and Ethan, Mr. Chozo Archives himself, we were working on our middle school soil sample project.
Middle school?
Yeah. In 3D World, I had it on my Wii U, and we booted up Bowser World, and me and Ethan were just sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god. And I was like, this game is so cool. It's probably the one I'm the most nostalgic for. That it really it dates me. It's the fact that I'm too unk to say I have nostalgia for Odyssey, but I'm too young to say I have it for 64.
That means it's even unker to say that I've got it for Galaxy.
No, that's Galaxy wild. 2 was the one that I had nostalgia for. But even if it was a 3D Mario game, exactly controls the same, but the main character was Donkey Kong, it's just the magic of that sweet Italian. It's just, I want to play as him. I don't know if that's controversial to say.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is that 3D platformer. He's still Italian. I'm just joking.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is a platformer. I think Ethan would destroy his Switch 2.
Yes.
So, because we're not just an opinion channel, we are a news channel. Let's talk about we feel that hole of the big mainline Nintendo Directs, but let's talk about the Directs that we did get. It seems crazy that there's been so many Nintendo Directs this year, and none of them have been a mainline one. It's what are they waiting for is my question, because we started the year with
Smash Bros. Smash Bros. They're waiting for Smash
Bros would be good, but we started with a partner showcase, so it was all the third-party games. Then we had Tomodachi Life Nintendo Direct.
True.
Then we had a Nintendo Treehouse that showed off Pokopia and the DLC for Mario Wonder. Then we had a Pokemon Presents. Then this week we had an Indie World.
Don't forget about the Galaxy Movie Direct.
That Galaxy Movie Direct. It's like, are they giving us all these mini directs because we're not going to get one until summer? Or what
when
are they?
Get the Smash Direct.
What are we saving for the?
Come on!
I'm just wondering.
They just don't have content.
Do you? That is my question to you guys. Do you truly believe, based off of research of what leakers say, that there is no content out there, or do you think they're just saving up for something big? They're getting all the tiny stuff out so that we're going to have an insane direct.
Personally, I choose to believe that they don't have a bunch of things.
So you don't get disappointed?
I want them to have 3 massive drops a year. 3 just insane games. But realistically, that's just not the case.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ethan?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. I personally just don't think they have the content made. They probably released the Switch 2 a little too early, in my opinion.
A little too early,
which is crazy because it was delayed,
dude.
Right.
I thought the Switch 2 was going to come out in 2022. That's crazy.
Right.
But sorry,
but there was so much pressure on them to release it that they probably moved the timeline up a little bit, even though it was overdue. But now we're kind of facing the consequences that there's just not a whole lot of Switch 2 exclusives.
Sure.
But I don't know, I guess that's the price you pay.
The argument is, no, you still have a whole library of Switch 1 games, and you can play Final Fantasy on a Nintendo console, and it doesn't look bad.
I do think a big pull for me specifically to get the Switch 2 was the fact that my Switch 1 games that ran like crap actually had a consistent frame rate.
Yeah.
Just that alone was almost worth it.
If you're a Zelda fan, you saw what that console could do, beautiful. And it was like, oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. So there have been a few leaks, and any leak that doesn't come from Nate the Hate, I tend to just kind of ignore. But there have been a few leaks of a Mario 40th anniversary direct coming up.
That makes sense.
And normally I just ignore a bunch of leaks and I say, these people don't know what they're talking about. But there have been a lot of leaks recently that have been accurate. Like a lot of the Pokemon stuff. Yeah. So it's worth noting, March 10th is Mario Day because it spells Mario. M-A-R-10.
We're coming up on that.
What?
No way. Yeah, that's soon.
Yeah. It's next week as of recording this. People think that there's going to be a Mario Direct where they talk about the Mario movie, the Mario Wonder DLC coming out, and then maybe some heavy hitters like a new 3D Mario and a new Luigi's Mansion. So,
I'd be down.
That could be coming up. Do you guys think that sounds right for Nintendo's history, or do you think some leakers are just lying for clout?
What do you think, Ethan?
I mean, I could see them just lying for clout, because didn't Mario's 40th anniversary happen last year?
I don't. This is the 40th anniversary, right?
I think all the anniversaries. Let's see.
I know Zelda's and Metroid's is this year, but I thought Mario preceded them by a year. Maybe I'm tripping. But
wait, no, yeah, Mario Wonder had a banner of Mario's anniversary, but I, like Ethan, could have sworn that.
But even then, they're still celebrating it.
They're celebrating it for 2 years.
They're celebrating it
celebrating 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Released September 13th, 1985, throughout 2026 as well. So
yeah,
technically, it was late 2025.
they're not
but
doing
they're
the
still
technical
kind of
calendar year.
They're like, we need to milk
Yeah.
this.
Yep. And they didn't do
Yeah,
anything for
that being
Zelda's
said,
40th.
to answer like the question earlier, maybe they could do like a 40th anniversary. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know if they have enough content for that, because I feel like the original or the Galaxy and Galaxy 2 re-release was kind of like a 40th anniversary gift already, and then they're
Sure.
making the Galaxy movie as well that we've already seen a bunch about, and it's already had its own direct. So I feel like they won't do like a specific 40th anniversary Mario direct, but I still think that we're gonna get a new 3D Mario game, probably just in a main direct, but instead of having like its own separate thing, just because they've already done, I feel like, enough in their minds for the 40th anniversary.
For sure. Because you have to think Nintendo's marketing strategy. We are hardcore Nintendo fans who have a podcast about it. But Nintendo hates people like that. They want to be
Very
for the
true.
families, and they get annoyed with nerds like us. They're marketing to kids who will go into the Mario movie, say, wow, Mario Galaxy, that's such a cool concept. Do they have any Mario Galaxy games? And then they go to the nearest Target and they see, wow, 2 Mario Galaxy games bundled into one. I didn't even know this existed. I've only heard of Fortnite.
And only for $70? What a steal!
That's $35 per game. That's amazing. And so I honestly think they're banking on enough people having not played Mario Galaxy to where this movie is hyping up
the re-release.
The re-release.
Yeah.
And so they don't need a new 3D Mario because enough people haven't played Galaxy. That's the cynic in me.
Which is wild.
That's the cynic in me. The optimist in me is saying, like you guys are bringing up, there is no major holiday release announced yet because Pokemon Winds and Waves got moved to 2027. So it's got to be something. What could it be? Zelda, it came out 3 years ago, but we've seen the development for Zelda games is around 6 years. It's been like 8 years since the last 3D Mario.
Yeah.
Probably, when did Bowser's Fury come out? That was 2021, so that would have been like 5 years ago. So even if we're counting that 5-hour experience as a Mario game, it's still overdue for a 3D Mario.
Yeah.
And so I am confident enough to put money on it that they're going to announce a 3D Mario this year. I'm thinking it's going to release in December, but I don't want to lose my money, so I'll just say it's announced this year.
Okay, I'm thinking about this. It's like we almost need something new or unique, or at the very least, like an absolute Hail Mary. So what are your Hail Mary picks? I'll go first, give you some time to think. I've been thinking, okay, they've already done all the sports games again. Most of them. They did Kart. They've already done the 2 Mario Party releases. I think what would be really cool to see them re-release is something that I just completely forgot right now.
Yeah.
But it was at the top of my mind, and now I'm stalling.
Well, I got one. I'm
yeah?
like, all of this is kind of silly to be saying. There's no big first-party Nintendo releases. There's nothing for the console. When people are obsessed with Pokemon.
True.
And as of recording this, today released a Pokemon game with near perfect reviews.
Yeah.
We have not
numbers.
seen a good Pokemon game in like 5 years. And I'll die on that hill. You know, I'm not a Pokemon fanboy, but I think we are underestimating how much of a cultural touchstone this game is going to be. I think Pokopia is going to carry the Switch 2 through the spring.
That's wild. I mean,
because it's Minecraft Pokemon that's getting 10 out of 10 scores. That is like
it's true.
Crack to children.
To children?
Crack.
To adults?
It's drugs to kids
to everyone,
and adults.
Child to our age and older.
I personally will not be getting it because I've been spending way too much money on Switch 2 games since I got it, but I'm sure I will get it eventually. I don't know. What do you think about that, Ethan?
I remember my Hail Mary.
Oh, sorry.
Arms to end discussion.
That'll be a system seller.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I could Pokemon. People do like their Pokemon. I mean, I personally, I'm the weirdo that never played it and never really liked it that much because I had some kind of weird loyalty to Yu-Gi-Oh, and I felt like they had to be.
Oh my god! One or the other.
That's so awesome.
No, but I will admit, I remember the first trailer for Pokopia. I was like, that looks kind of fun, and I want to get it. And if I had excess funds right now, then I probably would get it. But I certainly do not. So I will.
Yeah.
Plus, I have so many other games I still need to play. Like I got the Mario or the Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 re-release, and I'm like halfway through Galaxy 1. So I've got a lot I need to play first, anyways. But I think I'll get it eventually, and I can see it selling well enough to keep a lot of fans happy, but definitely not everyone happy.
Sure.
I think it's crazy how we've changed our frame of reference so much. Before, just like a couple months ago, we were going, okay, what games need to be out for us to want to buy a Switch 2? But now we're in the frame of reference of, we have a Switch 2. What's like any game that's good that we can buy? I guess it's still kind of the same question, but it's gone from, oh no, Switch 2s aren't going to be sold, but to like, okay, there's a bunch of Switch 2s. Now what's going to validate our purchases? I don't know, maybe Nintendo's like, you've got a bunch of games. You already bought the console. You're not, if you sold it back, you still made the purchase. We're good.
I don't know. This might not be good content to talk about, but I will say none of us have the issue of wanting games to buy. All of us have pretty big backlogs of games that we need to play and not a lot of excess funds to play them. I want to play more DK Bonanza. I want to play more Mario Kart World. I want to play more Metroid Prime 4. But I have an adult life where I can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Let's slow down the releases.
And they have. I think the weird thing is we grew up on the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
I would honestly say psychologically, so many Nintendo YouTubers care more about the cycle of hype than they do the actual games. Yeah. And I can even be guilty of this sometime.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I get more of a dopamine hit every now and again from people like, oh my god, look, there's a trailer for a new Mario, than I do like...
actually playing it?
That's not true. I'm just saying, like, let's reevaluate. Yeah, there is tons of great games on the Switch 2 right now. Do we have money and free time to be playing them all? That's the question. Do we just want something hype? I will say another one, Splatoon Raiders. I don't care about Splatoon, but that's coming out this year, right?
I couldn't tell you.
It's a single-player Splatoon game. I mean, seems interesting enough, but
people love it.
So if we have Fire Emblem coming out, Pokopia just came out, Tomodachi Life.
We're whining about not having games.
There's tons
Everything
of games.
But Mario
it's
has
just,
a game.
No Mario, no Zelda, so we don't care. It's like we're the annoying Twitch chat every time there's a Nintendo Direct. I honestly think I went from starting this discussion being like, where the games at Nintendo, to being like, thank you for the games, Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? We got games.
Yeah, and playing all the games that... ran horribly that now actually function.
And you know what? That's a small thing, but if that's how we're justifying the purchase, I guess that's how we're justifying the purchase now.
So there you go. There are games on Switch 2. I actually read a headline recently that there's more Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives on that system, Switch 2, not just Switch, than the PS5 and the new Xbox combined. Oh!
So, they got no games.
They got no games.
Like random indie games, though.
Yeah, don't be a hater, though. No, I'm kidding. Hey, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I was gonna say though, I feel like there's one important caveat to this discussion, and it's I have a lot of games that I want to play and have and need to play at some point on my Switch/Switch 2.
Yes.
However, there are very few games that I'm like fiending to play, if that makes sense. There's a lot of games. I mean, maybe this is just me as an adult with like properly sorted priorities, but the only game in the past like 5 years that I've been like, I have to play this like nonstop until it's done because I'm obsessed, is Metroid Prime 4, obviously. Whereas all
And
these
even
Obvious.
other
then, you
games that
didn't
I've
really like that one.
no, I liked it. I literally played nonstop for like 3
Okay.
days until I beat it. I liked it. I didn't like it as much as the first three, but those are like near perfect tens in my mind. Anyways, I digress. But I have so many games that like I'm excited and happy to play them, but I almost never feel the motivation to, which is why I'm like taking so long. It's kind of the same way I feel about Pocopia. It's like, oh yeah, that seems fun. I should buy that. But honestly, it just would kind of add to my list of games that I like am kind of want to play, but like probably won't get my money's worth because it's just gonna
Yeah,
sit there.
We have just entered games, unlimited games,
but no
but no
games.
games.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's so true. It's the
yeah,
Netflix effect. Where
Yeah.
you spend more time
true.
browsing Netflix browse than actually like watching something. I will say, Ethan, I don't mean to devalue what you just said.
But get ready to be devalued, dude.
This is just me
Galaxy,
playing devil's advocate.
this is me playing devil's advocate. Galaxy 2 are 10 out of 10 video games. Pokopia is apparently amazing. You know, the new Zeldas that came out, absolutely fantastic. You're like, for the past 5 years, the only game that got me excited is the one that I made my entire identity, and that's about it. And I'm like, well, you can't make every game your identity.
When the devil's advocate goes after the devil's advocate.
I guess that was a slight exaggeration. 5 years is an exaggeration because Tears of the Kingdom I was also very, very excited to
Yes.
play.
Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to think if there were any others though, because like I
I'd
played
say
Odyssey for the first time and I had fun, but I wasn't like going crazy over it.
you guys are
either.
Mario haters. That game
I
is
learned to love it. When I
That
started
game-
speedrunning it, I learned to love it.
Mario
I'm a Mario
Odyssey.
enjoyer.
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey, I'd say, is just as good as Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Well,
Whoa.
No
I mean,
way.
it can also. I think it's super fun. It's action packed, but if you look at both of those games side to side, watch some gameplay. I'm sorry, I struggle with Zelda games, and even I can tell you that game is
no,
incredible.
yeah, I do. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, those are my favorite games ever. But I'd say Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game ever.
It's fair.
And I love Mario games. I'd say Mario Odyssey is in maybe my top 5, top 10 games of all time.
That's
Speaking
so funny
of-
because I liked it, but I was just kind of like,
I think, literally, I watched so much Donkey, I think of his review. When he was talking about Mario Odyssey, he's just like, if you play this game and don't even have like a tiny bit of whimsy in your heart, let me try that again.
Do it again.
Let me do it again. If you play this game and you don't even have the tiniest bit of whimsy in your heart, then brush yourself off because you're dead. But I just gotta say, dude, what's with these Mario haters in the household? You want a new 3D Mario and you're like not even caring about Galaxy, you're not even caring about Odyssey?
I told you, I love Galaxy.
Like, what do you
I
want?
love
What do you
Galaxy.
want from a Mario game if it's not Odyssey and it's not Galaxy?
I want it to be
You guys
the
just don't have
perfect
whimsy in your heart.
experience.
You guys
I
are just...
want to be turned 8 years old again so that I can truly
That's
experience
not what
joy.
you want. The way that you enjoy games is you have to master them. You have to like be.
Exactly.
Oh,
Make me young again.
I have to get the best time in poopy scoopy experience.
And I do. And I do. I'm
It's
top
just
10
like-
on the leaderboard.
So, Mario Odyssey, a game where you just have to open your heart and become a child again. You hate it because you're like, I can't make this my job.
But then I speedran it, and it was really good.
And it was your job. Oh my god. And you, Ethan, you're saying that you're a Mario lover. You're saying you grew up with Galaxy and you're just like, when you're replaying it, relive your childhood. Drink a Coca-Cola. Sorry.
It's more I've just been like too busy to play. Well, actually, that's not even true because I had it over the break and I was just kind of like not motivated to play it. But I don't know. That's a number of things.
Then maybe you need to
But I
do a
will
new
say-
hobby, like doing your taxes, you old...
I will say, Mario. If the reason I want a new 3D Mario game is because it's not even for me. It's just for like the Switch 2 in general. Because unless it's
for the kids.
Sunshine, unless it's Sunshine 2 or Galaxy 3, I probably won't even get it myself because I don't know, unless it looks really really good. If it's like its new own thing, I didn't like the style of Odyssey though. Like it was good. It was fun, but like
Grew on me, but I agree.
I preferred like the true like more like specific mission base of like Galaxy and
That's
Sunshine.
not true, Mario. If you played Mario 64, you know that the new style is the more linear based ones, and everyone hates it because there's no creativity. You may as well be watching a cutscene. Okay, I love the Galaxy.
Cutscenes.
I love the Galaxy games. I think they can be a lot more creative with their level design because of that linearity. But there's so much more freedom and expression in the open world ones like Sunshine and 64 and Odyssey because you have such more vibrant movement that you can explore these playgrounds in. Ethan, how can you not understand this? You can turn into a freaking frog in Mario Odyssey. How do you not love that? What's wrong with you people?
Sunshine 1. I guess Sunshine. There's only one. Sunshine is my favorite. Sunshine is my favorite Mario game, probably mostly because of nostalgia. But it wasn't open world. It had an open world-ish hub, but it was still like Galaxy in the sense that like you went off in certain areas and you'd collect like 1 star per mission. Blah blah blah. I just like that more because it feels more like in my mind it feels almost more challenging. The moon system of Odyssey. To me, it just felt like collecting endless blue coins. Like,
we don't like Banjo. We don't like collectathons.
Okay.
Mr. Collectathon.
Like, I just got another moon from ground pounding a glowy blob in the dirt. And I just didn't like that. I don't know. It just felt too, like... I don't know.
I want to die 10 times trying to get the moon.
I will give you that, Ethan. I concede a little bit because that is a common complaint of the game for people who don't like it as much. The fact that they encourage you to do the easiest missions to beat the game. So if all you've done is roll credits, then I can see how it's boring. But once you beat the game, the post game has a lot more of that precise platforming and challenges I think you're looking for if you grew up with Galaxy.
I think they needed to force us to play those levels.
Fair enough, but this is Nintendo's new version of easy mode. They allow you to beat the game doing the easiest challenges possible, and if you want 100% it, that's the hard mode, where you're doing the more difficult stuff.
But
because they want accessibility, you don't have to be doing the ground pound on the little like hill.
No.
You can do the more challenging moves if you want to.
I've got a backlog of 70 games. I don't have time to go to the far side of the moon and die bajillion times.
Did you 100%?
I really wanted to, but I didn't.
Did you get all the moons?
No.
Then
they didn't tell me I needed to. They didn't say I would be able to play as Luigi if I did it. If they did, I probably would have 100%ed it. If they said you get to play as Luigi.
And then I got bored.
400 is a good amount. I got all the moons.
You're so cool.
Yeah.
You're so strong.
All right.
Would you
guys rather have moons or I don't know why. This isn't part of the podcast, is it?
I thought we were going to add this to the podcast because we were having some good discussions.
Also, this is really stupid, but like, why are they moons? I wanted stars. It's Mario. I need stars.
Oh, but
I also hated how when you went to like Peach's castle and you collected it as a star, and then when you brought it to your freaking ship, they turned into moons, and I was like, no.
True. He's spitting.
I collected
that is true.
Stars.
You guys are right. It probably is a game.
All time. Yeah, that turns it into like a 3 out of 10, maybe on a good day.
Ethan, did you do the the moon challenges or whatever when you beat the game and then you break the big squares?
I started to, and then that's kind of when I stopped. So no, to answer your question. But I think at that point I just felt like I had already kind of like spent enough time on the game that it just didn't feel fulfilling.
Okay, so in that same way that like all those things are after, I liked Mario Wonder, but I played that game, I beat it in I spread it out. I played it and beat it in 3 weeks. and I did some of the extra levels, but I really didn't care to like really sink my teeth in and try and figure out the game. You loved the game.
I 100%
because you 100%ed it. I was like, that was a good enough game because I didn't have to 100% it. And as a kid, I think.
Am I a loser with too much free time?
As a kid, like
opinion piece.
There were levels that I would struggle with, and that was awesome. But now I'm an unk who's played like every Nintendo game. Nothing's a challenge to me anymore, and so I don't feel that allure. I want them to lock something behind an insanely hard level. Because like Galaxy 2, what was it, that very last level that everyone loves? I've always wanted to play it, but I've never had like a reason to. Because I'm like, well, what do I get? I want Luigi mode. I just want to get Luigi so that I can start the game again and then not finish it. Because I was like, well, I got there, you know.
Something about me, I struggle because I have some sort of mental disorder where I have to like finish it all the way. Where it's like, it feels like...
I think they've got a diagnosis for that one.
It feels like there's like a cabinet that's open that I can't close until it's like completely finished and I've bookended it. I don't know.
Mystery ailment.
Have we talked about news for the last 30 minutes? This is a news show.
I'll give you the bullet points of the Nintendo or the Pokemon. Look, I think Pokemon Company is really interesting that they care about some of their random stuff in really weird ways, and they keep supporting it. And sometimes I'm like, really, you're still supporting Pokemon Go? But I think
people love Pokemon Go,
and that's the thing. People love it.
People spend money on it.
A third party developing it. Like I'm pretty sure it's still backed by Niantic, and so they're able to do that. And it's kind of cool that they have that. But it does feel like.
Okay.
Never mind. They do a lot of stuff. Why am I complaining?
Yeah.
It's like what we were talking about before.
With Nintendo.
Why are we complaining?
Why are we complaining? Because we like to complain, and complaining gets clicks, and we're just big, fat, old people who don't enjoy things anymore. We're not kids anymore. That makes us pissed. Wah! Oh, sorry, doggy.
Do you agree?
Do you agree, Ethan?
No, I enjoy things. I slurped down a delicious Baja Blast today.
Yes.
Every time I talk to you, you're drinking Baja Blast.
And shouldn't he be?
No, those were the last 2 Baja Blasts I've had.
You just gotta inform us every time you have one.
I'll be like, guys.
You're like, guys.
Major Baja alert.
Guys.
It's like in
I'm
Galaxy,
going Baja mode
when there's
right
like
now.
a purple comet. Major Baja alert.
Major Baja
Okay,
incoming.
This is a random question, but like,
go for it, King.
I've noticed on the Switch version of Galaxy that all of the stars, no matter what, are like their regular yellow color. Am I tripping, or were they the color of their like respective comet in the original Wii version?
The purple comet stars. I genuinely haven't played the game since 2008, but I am pretty sure purple comet stars were not purple. They were yellow. The Luigi stars were green. So if they changed that, then that's heresy.
Okay.
Yeah, there was green stars. That's it.
Okay, I thought I remember there being like red comet, red stars, and I'm like, maybe that's just like what is it, the Mandela
But
effect?
I didn't play the.
There might have been one.
Comets.
There might have been one red star in the level where you fly. I can't remember now.
Oh no! That was in the hub world.
Oh, okay.
That was the only.
And
one.
I also thought there was pink stars when you like fed the hungry Goombas, not the Goombas, the hungry Lumas.
This doesn't even know what a Goomba is. Why are you talking?
Ooh, isn't it crazy that they have the Luma character that they created in the Mario Galaxy movie,
and then they added him to the lore.
It's the first,
in Rosalina's storybook.
Playable. Well, no, and he's a playable character in the newest Mario Tennis game.
Wait, really? I didn't know that.
It's the first time they've had a playable Nintendo character who was first created in a movie.
That's
and I think
insane.
that's really interesting. Like, no one's talking about it. They've also got Baby Waluigi, and that's kind of covering it up. But
also, it's kind of insane that he's such a flagship character that they keep adding to stuff, because the whole stick is that he's nihilistic.
Yeah.
It's just like, depressed Luma!
And like,
I want him in Smash!
Yeah!
Get him in Smash, baby. Okay. New Smash Brothers! We want that as well. That's the other thing that we didn't really talk about as much. I think that they're going to make a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
You can tell we chugged energy drinks.
You honestly. Yeah, you can. This is going to take so much editing. We go off excited. On this is the most ADHD episode we've done yet.
Because Trey's not here.
You podcast viewers, you're going to get it like. But hopefully for the video, you're going to be able to cut this down into something watchable.
Ethan, I'm so glad you just kept us rolling. You have not.
You're our rock.
No, but dude, I got this moving.
Okay, Pokemon Presents. I want to go through every single thing they talked about and your thoughts on them.
I'm ready.
Okay. Bring up those notes.
I'm bringing up the notes.
Guys, welcome to Switch Center. We're talking about Pokemon Presents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are.
We have a bullet point list of all the things they talked about, and we have our resident Pokemon expert, Quinn, to talk about each one.
But I'll do my best.
First, watch us open cards.
So, yeah, card opening right now. We'll see you after the card opening.
We're in the IHOP. Time to open a pack. All right, Chaser.
No. Okay. What do we
got? No? Oh my god. You're gonna have to take out me saying, oh my god. Just mute this part. It's so much less funny with that. Alright, now I'll stop talking in case this is real. It might be. Don't dip it. Don't do it. Oh my god.
This is going to be at the start of the video for that one, right?
Yeah.
So it's just open with cards.
What an awesome way to start a video
this is
with
epic,
Pokemon cards. It? Now, the funny thing is, Burge doesn't know that my fantastic little bullet-pointed list
just got deleted?
Pokemon notes. No, it was shown in the Pokemon Direct at the end of it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, full screen that. I want to see.
Here's what they did. They said, hey, we have this little mini Game Boy, which I was really excited. I was like, they're going to remake the Game Boy. No. They said, here's a little Game Boy that plays music. It's very 90s. Mm-hmm. I really like that.
I think a collector's item of the same way that they did the NES and the SNES of...
Oh, the classics?
Yeah, the classics where you could actually like play a little Game Boy and it was like Game Boy Classics.
That would be so sick.
That would be a sick...
It's impractical, but it'd be so fun.
It'd be a collector's item because you can play them easily on the Switch.
Dude.
But I think that's what they should have done. That's what I thought they were going to do when they introduced this, and I think it was a missed opportunity.
And it kind of let me down for the whole rest of the Direct. Ethan, would you buy like a collector's Game Boy or Game Boy Color that just had all the games on it? Like, does that feel worth it?
Yeah. For me personally, no. But yeah. I see the appeal for other people.
It's so much nostalgia.
I think it'd be worth it for Nintendo.
I think
it would sell.
It'd be cute because they just did that for the virtual. Well, no, they didn't.
After that, they go on and they talk about the Pokemon World Championships and Pokemon XP.
So is that the card game?
That's card game. That's Pokemon Unite. That's the video game, which is now going to be played on Champions. There's a little bit of an announcement.
Everything that's competitive in the Pokemon world.
And that's been the World Championships every year.
Yeah.
And they said this has gotten so big, and we have so many people that go, not even for the tournament, just because they know there's going to be merch, there's going to be people there. They've split it into 2 events that are happening simultaneously. It's the World Championships and Pokemon XP, which is just a fan expo, which is kind of cool.
So at the same time?
At the same time.
Are they going to say like across the street is the expo?
I think so.
But then people are going to miss the games if they want to just go for the expo.
But honestly, at this point, there's enough divide between the two. I don't think it's a bad idea, and they've got a big enough crowd. It'll be interesting to see if people have big issues with it. It's a good point.
I will be interested to see how successful this business strategy is.
Here's the thing, though. They announced this before, and they just kind of said it again during the Direct. So I was like, okay. That's one.
2 things we don't care about.
Well, the Game Boy was kind of niche and cool, but true, I didn't super care to buy it.
Yeah.
Then Pokemon trading card game. This was my big letdown. The product gets released. Yes, I bought the ETB.
This is nothing.
They get released.
Quinn
in
loves Pokemon cards.
Then they get released in the States, and then they get translated for other places, and so it's always a catch-up game. You see what Japan's getting, and then you get the old set, and you're like, okay, you're chasing it. And they said they showed off these product. They showed off reprinting old cards with fun new labels, and they said a worldwide release. And we were like, oh my gosh, all the cards are releasing at the same time now. We can finally have like a real competitive circuit. Like it's not gonna. And then
we're not just using Japanese cards.
But turns out they're just releasing that anniversary set worldwide at the same time, which is cards that have already existed and aren't going to be legal for tournament play.
Oh,
so
man.
Everyone's sad about that. So it's like a cool thing. It's cool they're happening all at once.
Collectors are happy, but people who play it competitively are disappointed.
It was just like the Game Boy. I thought it would be something, then I thought a little bit more and it was let down. Pokemon Go. Fun new events. They're still supporting the game. I'm not playing it. But it sounds like they're giving it kind of a last hurrah. Pokemon Masters.
A last hurrah? Yeah. Does it sound like they're ending it?
I mean, they're bringing back all the things that were gone for a bit. So it could just be they do that every anniversary.
Gotcha.
So, but at the same time, they're taking care of Pokemon Go community. Like they're there for them.
That was such a cultural touchstone when it came out, and it's surprising how many people still play it. I think it definitely had a second life during COVID when people
needed to get out,
needed to like walk, and it's like we can't go to the mall, let's go to just like parks, social distance, and catch Pokemon. I don't know, Ethan, did you ever try it? I don't know why I said that.
No, really? That's one where I'm like,
didn't?
Bro, I would think that would be the one that would have got you.
Ethan, really, is this a false memory? You, me, and Trey biked around playing it in 2016.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
I specifically remember
trading card game. No,
because
no.
In 2016,
yes, I did try.
Me and Ethan, we were biking around playing Pokemon Go, and it came out, and he would ride his bike sideways like this, and it made me laugh.
I do remember.
Blur that out. No one can see that. That was disgusting. Sorry.
You were saying?
Sorry, Ethan.
Yeah, no, I remember playing Pokemon Go like everyone else.
Yeah.
I was inspired by Logan Paul when he did his Pokemon Go pranks online.
All right, we're going to have to cut that out.
I'll still remember the first day of it coming out. I was walking into a Fry's, and I see an elderly lady and her husband in the parking lot, and she goes, "Ooh, I just caught a Zubat." And I was like, you go. You
That's
really
adorable.
captured the hearts of everyone.
That's so cute. Now you just see people in the Fry's going, could I buy my 5th Pokemon card set? And then the kid behind them is crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep cutting you off. We are too caffeinated.
We are terrible co-hosts.
Nah, man. I said what I needed to say.
I said my piece.
We're on our Celsius life right now.
These next ones are so forgettable that I'm gonna say don't even try. We've got Pokemon Masters EX. They're bringing in a new character. This is a gacha game. They're adding a new character.
Cool.
That's about it. Pokemon Cafe. Some people like it. Most people don't.
What is it?
It's just like a puzzle game, but like you just like move around the things randomly. Like imagine Bejeweled, but you can move around the pieces as much as you want, and then when they make little combos, then it goes yay. So you just kind of swipe the screen until that happens.
So it's Bejeweled, but it takes even less skill.
Bejeweled, no skill. Pokemon Sleep, the Mew missions begin tonight. Now some people, they really like their little sleep tracker. That's awesome, but they still support it. Good for them. You know?
I want to track my sleep. Maybe I should download that. It just cracks me up to think someone going like, "Let's go! The Mew missions begin tonight!"
It was very funny. They did a promo of the world champions of Pokemon Sleep.
Okay.
It was four competitors.
That's so
funny. And they
funny.
set up a room. It was a whole
a bit,
April
right?
Fool's bit.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious. That was
so good.
I love that they did that. Pokemon Unite. My top 3 most played games on the Nintendo Switch. I'm not even kidding you. The game's unplayable now. There's so many pop-ups. It's a gacha game. I don't want to spend all the money. They got new characters in there. They got Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos, which is funny because Zapdos was a raid boss. So I guess we're never going back to Eos Islands. That
means something to someone.
It means a lot to people who cared back in the day.
Yeah.
Sadly, that game is just kind of unplayable right now, but that's okay. The Pokemon Pocket app, they're getting more cards.
Nice.
We expected it, and it's awesome. XD Gale of Darkness coming to the GameCube. That was a fun, exciting announcement.
But I saw people were a little bit confused and disappointed because it's a sequel to Pokemon Coliseum. And so people who are playing this for the first time won't even have the context of that game.
That's fair. But let's be honest. If you had to put one of the 2 games on there, you're going to be putting XD Gale of Darkness
Why not put both?
20 times. Because Coliseum is a very boring game.
Kill him.
Sorry.
Kill him.
It's true.
Guys, shoot his head off.
You heard it here
Pokemon
first,
fans, blow him up.
Schmoove off. Pokemon
Move off.
They announced that Fire Red and Leaf Green are coming out, and we already knew that.
I mean, it was already released by the time this came out, right?
Yeah.
That was the craziest leak. I was just like, there's no way they're doing this. There's
they did it.
They did it.
Now, the one piece of information off of that is that people have seen that the emulator used for those apps for Red and Green also work with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Makes sense. So they might do that in the future.
That'd be fun.
I hope so. That'd be fun. Pokemon Champions. I don't know if we knew that it was going to come out in April. It was news to me.
What is Pokemon
I don't
Champions
think it was a surprise.
again?
It's the battle simulator game that we're now learning is going to be kind of a cash grab, pay to win.
Oh, I mean, it's Pokemon. Were we really surprised?
I'm a little surprised. I wish it wasn't that way, but it makes sense. Like, you can do your daily challenges and get everything you need, or you can shill out some cash and get the exact teams that you want. Hopefully, it makes it so that more people are excited about it. The last couple things, Mega Garchomp Z was announced for Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimensions, which I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure was either leaked or people already knew. So there's that.
That DLC just has me so burned because it's the fact that it was already ready to ship by the time that the game came out. So it's literally just making, if you want to have all the content in that game, it's now like what, $100 game or something like that. $90
I think it's like
game?
$120. It's like a $30 DLC.
And
don't quote us.
It's neither the main game or the DLC is that long. So that game.
Main takeaway.
Me frustrated.
And not gonna lie, I did get into that gameplay loop. I did enjoy it. But last one being Pokopia. They were like, "Yo, look at Rotom, look at Greedent," and I was like, "They are there." And the game is releasing in a couple days, so I would have seen them anyways. So I was kind of let down by that, but I mean, they couldn't do much. The real announcement was that it was getting insane ratings, and that's awesome. But that wasn't announced in the Direct. There's our little guys.
Shoot. Quinn, I need to save money. I really want to buy it.
Hey, you know how you can save money?
How?
The game has game share. So if you bring your Nintendo Switch 2 to my house while I'm playing it, we can play at the same time. And even if you have a Switch 1, like our co-host Trey, he can also be in the room, and we can have all three of us playing on the island. And I do think that's kind of cool.
What about online? Can Ethan join us?
I don't know. I don't think so. But if you have the game, I bet you can. But if you don't have the game, you do get to game share for free locally, which I think is cool. Last possible point is Wind and Waves, and we already knew that was coming out.
No, did we?
I mean,
I think the announcement. So the two announcements is one, Pokopia is getting good reviews, and two, what I really want to talk about is Winds and Waves, and this is from a known Pokemon hater. Looks good,
dude. Okay, look. Everyone has said the water, the waves, they look so good, and hear me out. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's pretty. And then you look at Wave Race 64, released on the Nintendo 64, the first 3D console. The water looks almost that good. The movement's that good. It just needs to be a little shinier. It's just a little bit shinier than Wave Race 64. I know it's a hot take, but I'm just saying water physics have been capable of doing this all this time. We need to remember Wave Race 64.
Okay, put up Wave Race 64 and put up Pokemon, and we'll see. You be the judge.
But that was 1998 or 6. That's all I'm saying.
My takeaway for Pokemon is what I've been saying for the longest time is it has been suffering because it's been a Call of Duty FIFA, where they've been pushing that studio to put a game out every 2 years instead of letting them cook. A Pokemon game hasn't come out since, what was it, 2021?
If you're not counting ZA.
ZA is a different studio, so I'm not counting.
Oh, okay. Yep.
They have let the studio cook for a while, and this game isn't coming out until 2027.
True.
So, for the first time, they're actually letting Game Freak spend time to make a well-polished game. And already, it doesn't look like the ass and a half that the last few Switch... Every Switch Pokemon game has been horrible, in my opinion. At least it either looks bad or isn't fun or both. And so, if it can be fun and look pretty, if it can look, I was gonna say as pretty as Breath of the Wild looked on Switch 1, then I would be thrilled. If we can get an open world Pokemon game that is fun and looks good. I'm not saying is the best game ever and looks beautiful. Just it looks good and it's fun. Then people are going to lose their minds.
And I'm going to be honest. I played ZA. It had a fun gameplay loop. It was fun. But I see why a bunch of people didn't buy it. So I'm hoping if they just do the same stuff
it wasn't that fun.
And make it look pretty, then hopefully you've got a good win there.
All right, yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic. Also, if they turn the Pomeranian into a buff two-legged furry,
they will.
I'm going to be annoyed.
They're going to do it.
They always do that. Nothing wrong with furries. I'm just saying
it's going to be
I don't want my Pomeranian I don't want him to be Incineroar. I don't know. Ethan, is there a world where you play a new Pokemon game? Is there anything they could do to make you interested?
True.
Put Samus in it.
I was going to say collaborate with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my god. Well, you said you were going to get Leaf Green, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then I realized that I have my backlog of games I already want to play, and I was like, if I finish all those games, then
and now you've already skipped the hype, so it's like, eh.
Yeah, so I don't know. Probably, I think I'll give it a whirl at some point in the future.
Sounds like a plan.
We got him.
I think a Pokopia would be the Ethan jumping on point.
I feel like that's most people.
I like him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. Well, we actually got our Pokemon talk in.
Sure did. Okay, what was announced in the Indie Direct? Because I didn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
I watched it while I watched it while I was getting ready for work, and I forgot.
So it's completely forgettable.
Okay, they started off with a game where you play it as a train that like drifts and skates on stuff. So it was like a rail grinding train.
Spirit Tracks.
No, like literally it was like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, except it was a train.
Wait, I feel like I remember this getting announced like a while ago.
Oh.
I wonder if this Indie Direct was just games that had already been announced, but that are coming to the Switch 2, which is so sad. If it wasn't memorable already.
There was one about like a dog dying and going to heaven called My Little Puppy.
So sorry I died.
Yeah.
That's not what he sounds like.
So sorry I died.
Elite ball.
I'm gonna go to heaven now. It's Nathan for you.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Classic.
What else? I'm trying to. There was one where it was like a little diorama creating thing for like a baby fox.
Yes, that's what I've been waiting for, and it's so bad because like these indie developers really do put a lot of time.
Moonlighter 2 looks interesting. It's like you go on dungeon crawls and stuff to make your store better.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what they're like, and we have one more thing. Like what was?
Yeah, what was their one more thing? Do they even have those for Indie Directs?
Let me check it out.
Mods, pull up the VODs. This is the headliner. This is one
it's
more
like
thing.
It's like a mystery. It's like the Mansions of Madness game you had me play.
It's a good game.
Maybe.
Well, you know what? Someone is popping off.
Yeah, someone's straight up. People were upset because they wanted to see Mina the Hollower, which is the new game by the studio that made Shovel Knight, and then it wasn't shown. So the only thing people cared about wasn't on here.
They're like,
I know
Silk Song when? Now
I
they're
knew you
like,
were gonna say it.
Shovel Knight when?
Yeah, but Silk Song was really good. So
Rivals 2 on Switch when? Come on, Dan Fernacey. You and me, we're having a chat right now because nobody else cares.
We literally had a code.
I still do.
We still do?
Look.
Use code sample text.
Use creator code
sample text.
Buy Rivals of Aether when you purchase.
Someone please.
You will get extra bucks by using it, Aether bucks or Dan dollars, and we'll also reward if 10 people do it.
How many people have done it so far?
0. But that's okay.
You didn't even do it for yourself?
I didn't know if that was ethical. I've spent money on the game, but I wasn't going to use my own.
Well, why is that not ethical?
Because then I'd just be giving money back to myself.
That's great. That's like giving a discount. Oh my god.
They were like, "What's your account?" And I was like, "Here's my account." So maybe if they saw that I use my own account to pay myself, then they would ban me. And I love the game, so I'm not going to do that.
Anyway.
For all of you rivals of Etherheads, we see you.
This certainly has been enough content for 2 weeks of videos.
Certainly.
This was a podcast. Holy. So that was Pokemon Presents. Let us know if there was anything that you would have preferred to see, if it was underwhelming to you, if you think Winds and Waves is going to be the best Pokemon yet. Let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear your comments. Pickle Rick. That's an inside joke. It's from a little something called Rick and Morty. It takes quite a bit of HQ. Wait,
HQ?
IQ. It's been a day.
You got some HQ.
Headquarters. It takes a lot of headquarters to watch that show, if you know what I mean.